In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka yes, I'm blessed to be here, and I want to thank you guys for everybody that show us love and tuning in to the show. It's a hard thing sometimes doing the show, 5 days a week to try to peak and keep everybody's interest and keep going and talking about the current topics, fun facts, things you ought to know, things you should know, things you want to know, but we try to make it do what it do here at the Morning Mac Show. And I just want to thank everybody for their patient love and support and making this a great show. And today, it looks like I'm rolling Bolo solo, but I'm not, because I got my man in the back, $1 Million Molly with the $1 Million Moments. That's my super producer. Man, this dude is so busy, but he seems to be able to carve time out, just a slither of his very busy time, to give me support and love. And I want to thank him so much for that. Thank him so much. And I want to, I see he said Kimberly Brown. Good morning, Miss Kim. You in the room? Good morning, Kim. How you doing, baby? I can't see everybody that's in quite yet. So Molly, if you don't mind, if you have a second, I'm gonna be trying to read the comments, and let me know, everybody. I know Slicky Woo Boo out there somewhere, because he's always out there watching and looking. Yesterday, if you guys missed it, we had a great show. We had Miss Angel on there with Genesis Health Solutions. She does body sculpting and body contouring with the laser and everything. It's the non-invasive type of stuff, so you don't have to worry about downtime and getting hurt up and all that stuff. And I said, I'm going to go see Miss Angel. But before I could get a chance to make a consult and go see Miss Angel, boom, I saw her last night. Baby, I'm about to tell you guys about the good time that we had last night. As previously noted on the poster, from Hook and Reel out in Gaithersburg. Oh, man, it was Kevin, Anthony, Tony Woods, Chris Thomas, and they was hosting the show. Wonderful show. And Miss Sheila was celebrating her birthday. Hey, happy belated birthday again to you, Miss Sheila. Happy birthday again. They was out there cutting up. And it's funny because the establishment that we were at, the particular Hook and Reel, Miss Kathy Hughes' nephew would run that. So he was throwing this soiree. I'm going to say soiree, whatever you want to call it. But at the Hook and Reel, they had all you can eat crab, shrimp, seafood place. If anybody know, Hook and Reel is a seafood place. Okay. I don't eat seafood because I have allergies, severe that it could really hurt me, could kill me. But they cook the chicken, of course, separate, and their potatoes and all that separate. You're supposed to, by law, you only cook seafood and seafood, all that, because of cross contamination. But baby, can I tell you, that food was banging. They had the best potato fries that I have ever had. And their potato fries are cut like Chick-fil-A fries. They're the waffle fries. But when I tell you they came out hot and crispy, they were delicious. I was like, oh my gosh, these are potato fries. So, and then the chicken strips, I had the chicken tenders. They were they was cooked tender and they were seasoned. It was like homemade stuff. And I was like, I know this is a restaurant. Where'd you get this homemade style? Y'all specialize in seafood. But the food was good. I was surprised. It was awesome. But we had an awesome show. Do you know it was so much fun opening up for the greats? Myself and Michelle Pucciarelli. Hey, Poochie. I always call her my girl Friday because she's somehow managed to get on Friday. So we have a Dynamite show on Friday when we do Freaky Friday. But she was, when we did the show, we opened up for these greats. Now, I say they greats because they've been in the game. They had some salt in the game. These guys, Kevin Anthony, what? Chris Thomas, what? Sir Erky Burke, he's another great. But he only been in 15 years. Tony Woods, Erky Burke wasn't with us last night, but I always look at him as another great. But these other guys been in the game 20 plus years, comedy game, and they got a chance, and they did BET, they did Comic View, they did Def Comedy Jams, where you could go out and see their footnote in history, especially with social media. You could go Google and pull them right up, right? Travel all over the world, all over the country, especially Tony, overseas and everything, Chris, of everything. And as a matter of fact, they're doing a special on Rap City because this is their 50-year anniversary that rap been in the game, where people said that rap was going to go away. But they're doing a special piece on Chris Thomas because he was the first mayor of BET, Rap City. That was 35 years ago. That was 35 years ago. Wow. But he was the first mayor. So they're doing a special on BET and all that good stuff. And it's coming out this October, I do believe Chris said. This October or August. I do believe. But it was amazing doing a show with the funny. And it was even more so amazing because the people gave us love and they appreciated the time and everything and energy that we put into performing for them. And I want to say thank you. I got to perform for some OGs, the daddies in the game, so to speak. Me and Michelle got a chance to cut up and showcase our talent and what we do. And I did, of course, I plugged the plug. I'm always plugging the plug, always talking about what we got going on, what we're doing and stuff. I always talking about Molly, because I can't speak about the Morning Mac show without speaking about my producer. Molly got some photos up from last night. You got some pictures from last night. Y'all see me and Michelle with the OGs. Let me see if I can make this picture bigger so I can see. I can't have see no way. But there you go. It's me and Michelle at the event last night. He was working, he was rocking it. Yes, we was doing what we needed to do. So yeah. And in the picture with the group picture, and in the group picture you can see Kevin Anthony, Tony Wood, and Chris Thomas, and me and Michelle and Ernie. So that's I believe one of the managers. But in the big picture, yeah, you would bring it back up when I make it small as I can't see again. I gotta zoom in again on it. Yeah, they all of us. And is that Adolfo, a great talented artist. Yeah. That's us. We making it do what it do. We make it back small again. So look, I have to readjust my screen because I was telling them that I couldn't see, and they was laughing. They was thinking it's joking. I do talk about in my act about my disabilities. People laugh. They think it's a joke. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna keep talking about it because that's what makes it personable. Because I talk about me because it's funny. The stuff be funny. But there was a lot of young and nice, tasty morsels in there. I had to calm myself down. Couldn't do a repeat of a Friday, but woo, y'all just got to be there. Oh, this is the book, Shades of Blue. Cop that and get that. And for those of y'all who was looking forward to seeing me at this Friday show at Body Oasis, due to the owner of the proprietor, there was some issues that came about and they had to cancel the show. So yeah, so no show on May the 19th, which means I'm available for booking. I can take that off the calendar, and if anybody got a show or doing something and they want to book me for the show, give me a call. That date just became available. So unfortunately, in the business, that's how it happens. Sometimes you take the good with the bad, the bitter with the sweet. And sometimes at the 11th hour, stuff like that happens. That's just expected. No big deal. And you roll and keep it moving. It was an issue with the venue. It wasn't an issue with the comedians or the Gwen factor because we was going to be there to show up and show out. But it was a venue issue. So we have no control over that. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. That's like I said. Just like I said, it opened up another date for availability. So if somebody's doing something Friday, I'll be inclined to do that. I'll be available. Call your girl. Look me up. Come see me. Today is Tall Tale Thursdays, and I am rolling, talking on here. But Molly, my super producer in the back, got a video that we want to share. And we wanted y'all opinions to tell me what y'all think about that. Before we roll the video, good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, DJ Slicky. And while we even waiting for Molly to get the video set up, hey, I want to give a shout out to two phenomenal people. First, I want to give a shout out to my sister Bernice. Yes, Lady B. Congratulations, Lady B. She's going down getting her licensures today. She is officially a mentalist like the Phoenix. She's a life coach. And I want to say congratulations. She had to step away from the show back in January to pursue her career, her bigger calling. And I want to give her a big shout out. Kudos. Mwah! I love you, Lady B. And I miss you so much. The tea just hasn't been the tea without you, baby. And as a matter of fact, I don't think I really spilled any tea since you've been gone. I've been drinking coffee because the tea ain't the same without my Lady B. I love you and I miss you, girl. Look, now that you got your license, you can come by in the Mentalist and tell the people how to get their life together. Come on, girl. Be special guest on the show. Let's tap it up. Talk it up. And another amazing young brother, I want to give a shout out to Kenneth Clark. Pastor Dr. Kenneth Clark, I want to say. I was hoping that Kenny would chime in and get on the show today and tell the people what he got going on. He got another edition for those of y'all who missed it on Tuesday. Kenny got a movie or a play, a project he's working on putting together. And he needs actresses and actors. He needs people that got a talent and they want to showcase their talent to the DMV to come out to his auditions that he's having at 7:30 at the Anacostia Art Center on this Monday, May the 22nd. Kenny, if you out there and you see the show, Molly send you the link and you can pop in and you could better tell them about what you got going on better than I can. So while those two phenomenal people, giving them phenomenal shouts out on this Tall Tale Thursday. Molly, I see you.
Yo. Yeah, Kenny joined Monday. So anybody out there want to act or even one day music to be part of the soundtrack, you just hit me and Reese up, and we'll make sure y'all get up in there. But definitely Monday, 7 o'clock, 7 to 10 down, and the Costly Art Museum, right cross street from the Big Chair. So it's
Yep.
gonna be lit. This video I'm sharing with you today, Reese. I don't know if you, because I don't think I let you see it yet. But this is Jerry Springer last video confession. Before he died, he made a tape, letting the world know he got two black kids, and he had a message for them. It's really for them, but the world got to see it. So I'm gonna share it with y'all, and y'all just give us y'all thoughts. And Reese, I want to know what you think about this, because I like Jerry, man. I like Jerry.
I
Okay.
can't. I'm not ready for this.
Okay, it's recording.
Goodness, I got nervous all of a sudden.
I can stop it.
No, keep rolling. I can't be more nervous than my girls will be when they watch this. So, girls, I thought I'd know what to say by now, but the truth is, I don't. If I know anything, I know you two've been fighting, probably moments before you hit play. But seriously, girls, if you're watching this, then I know that I've been the cause of more than a few fights recently. Megan, look at me, sweetie. Jordan, Megan, I know I wasn't the best father, not even the best example of a man for the two of you, and there's nothing I can do now to change that. I know that. But I do want to try to make right what I can. John and Misha, I know you don't know me, but I hope by the end of this, you'll know why I did what I did and why I've done what I've done. Where do I even begin? Well, first off, I know you've been wondering why your mother has been left out of all this. The reality is, this is what she wanted. And I don't know what all she shared with you, but I hope you're open to hearing me. And believing me when I say she chose this. Well, really, I put her in an awful position, and then she did the same to me. Shortly after you were born, Jordan, I met and fell in love with another woman. And I had a child with her a year later. This was obviously very painful for your mother. It was painful for me. I found myself feeling things I'd never felt for someone I would have never imagined. It was confusing and complicated. And I shared all this with your mother. She tried forgiving me, but she just couldn't do it. More than forgiving me, Joan couldn't bear the shame of divorce or outside children. So she forbade me from seeing that woman and our child again. And I did what she told me for as long as I could. But no matter how hard I tried, I could not stay away from Melinda. John, Misha, I am so... There's nothing. I loved your... John, Misha, I did a terrible, terrible thing. For terrible reasons. I let fear and ignorance and, quite honestly, hatred keep me away from you and your beautiful, beautiful mother. And I've spent the last 26 years in complete and crippling shame. And it is still a drop in the bucket of the immeasurable amount of pain I have caused each of you. My wife learned of your arrival, Misha, and demanded that I cut you off completely. I tried to reason with her, but she threatened to expose my infidelity and my illegitimate children. And I was such a coward. I'm a coward even now for making this video instead of making the effort to meet you. I am ashamed and disappointed with myself. I didn't know how to stand to my truth and stand up to my wife. I did, however, manage to stand up for you, John and Misha. While Joan kept me away from you with the threat of exposure, she did not keep me from providing for you. You see, I told her that if I had to accept a life without you, she would not get a red cent of my fortune, and that you would be named equally in my will in the event of my passing. But with everything going on in the world right now, I realize that I have to go a step further. Jordan, Megan, I leave our home here in New Orleans to you to do with whatever you want. The rest of my estate, my properties in Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, my bank accounts, investment portfolios, all liquid and intangible assets, everything, all of it will go to my children, John and Misha. Girls, all your life, I've been telling you to make your millions, and I hope you have. If not, you can always sell the house and split the profit. But my entire estate belongs to John and Misha, and it is up to them to do with it what they will. It is truly the least I can do, as I and this country have failed you. And hopefully one day, America will do what's right as well. That's it, Brad.
Wow. Wow. You know, I always loved Jerry Springer. I always knew he liked the sisters. When me and my sister went to the Springer show and met him a few years ago, I always knew he had a taste for the chocolate, but most men do. But that was OMG. Did y'all see that? Oh my goodness. I know I'm gonna have some kickback. Oh my word. Woo.
No, man, it was crazy, Reese. And then for them to find out, them his kids in the video that's watching. So I'm just share their reaction real quick. But that's them down at the bottom. The two kids he talking to is the black boy and the black girl in the video. They the only two ones you see in the clip. The other two white.
Wow.
My father?
What a quack!
Unbelievable.
This is a lot to process.
I guess Black lives really do matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Miss Williams seems so. Let's get down to business, y'all, shall we?
You know, look, thank you for that apology, Dad. I would be like, I mean, wow.
The white girl was mad at the top and left. She was mad. She was more mad than them. He like, it's a lot to process. Like,
not even so much. It's a lot to process. He said that he gave his children is with the wife. He said, I always told you, make your millions while I'm here. You know, you have a rich daddy. Do what you need to do. I would have took advantage of that. He was trying to tell them that. And if they didn't and thought they was going to live the life of Raleigh and thought all of that money was going to, thank you, Jerry Springer. He did what I wish a lot of fathers would, because a lot of us have illegitimate fathers or illegitimate, but he came around at the end and before he left this world, he tried to make all of his kids' life better. The ones who was here that got what he was getting, and the ones who are going to be able to have a better quality of life after he's gone. You can't, all of the Mississippi, the South Carolina, their kids got all of that. Look, he only gave the other kids the states that, you know, the other homes, but he gave the properties, the portfolio. What? I just good for them. Mm-hmm. Good for them. That's a good underdog story, because these kids were suffering and lacking all through, not just financially probably, but well, not even probably financially, because he said he took care of them. Yeah. But it wasn't the same as having that father, having that the real good, you know, that for the bragging rights, so you get you to, oh man, what, Jerry? This is a Tall Tale Thursday. Jerry Springer with some black legitimate kids. Yep, but all of them probably got, Sylvester Stallone probably got some, Arnold Schwarzenegger probably got some, we know he got some Latino. All of them probably got a whole bunch of illegitimate kids and all that stuff. But Springer was only what it can. I got to do my ancestral DNA again, because I might be in line to some famous person. Nah, I doubt it.
And he ain't played with Jerry Springer at all. He probably looked just like Mom's, but Jerry couldn't stay away from them black women. You know, they had one kid. His wife was like, okay, we can get past this. Then he went back with her, had another kid. Like, nah, she had to get him away from that. Like, you keep going back, you know, but she threatened to, you know, expose
Take
him
the
at the
kids.
time. You know, he was a hat, you know, hat
Yeah.
thing on TV. And he already messed up as the mayor of California for messing around. So he couldn't afford to mess around again. But I don't know, you know, for some kids, they'd be pissed. Some kids would be happy. You know, for me, I don't know. You know, I'm happy to have my father around, and I know he can be able to leave me with nothing. Jerry left them kids with, so it's just like, which one worth it? You know, like would kids be more happy out here with not having a father or mother in life if their parents left them something like that behind? Like, will you be okay with not knowing your father and then find out after he done passed, he done left you all these things? I mean, I think I would. I don't know, but I think I would.
You know, let me say this to all the mothers out there in the world and all the fathers, because y'all really need to hear that. A lot of women, a lot of women make that decision for the man to cut the man out of their lives. Let me tell y'all something. The child needs both the mother and the father. The child needs both for procreation in order to get here. The child needs both for rearing. When we say even if the father ain't no good or whatever, but in that child, something is missing. That for a girl, that little validation, for a woman, and for the guy, that validation to let them know, man, they need their daddies. Every child need their daddies. We already take for granted that we got the mothers. In some special instances, it's the dad that got the kids. You know, those are special dad too, but we need our fathers in our lives some kind of way, whether it's good or bad, indifferent. You need that nurturing or that acceptance from the man. Sometimes our fathers and our mothers too are worse off, and we may not need them in our life as far as bringing drama, but for that love and that support, you need that. And there's nothing like growing up without one of your parents. If you don't know, then you don't know what it's like. So I can't sit here and tell you what's it like to grow up with both parents, because it didn't have both biological parents. But I had some dynamite grandparents that stood in the gap, and it was male and female. I needed my grandfather just as much as I needed my grandmother, and I needed them, to get. And I thank God that I had that male and that female influence in my life. Children, we need that. We need that nurture. I don't care what nobody say. And for Jerry not to be able to be in his kid's life in the physical, you can't put a price tag on that. You cannot put a price tag in that. But what Jerry did, Jerry just put a cherry on top to say, here, do some things that you want to do. Maybe they want to do something on a bucket list. Maybe they wanted to live really, really well. Now he gave them the opportunity. Your heart's desire. Here's your heaven on earth now. I gave you the financial means to do so that you can have your paradise, your garden of Eden. I done got the hell out of the United States. I'm going over Ghana and live my best life. Get out of this country. I took all them riches someplace where $1 is equivalent to $20, or however the ratio be broken down. I would be living like a queen somewhere, I'd be off the grid and everything. They'd be like, where's Reese gone? She's living her best life. I ain't coming back to fuck with you bitches. I'll be really.
Did Jerry got other kids?
Huh?
Do he have other kids?
Just said John and Misha. Look, I got a girlfriend named Misha. Let me look, and Misha do look kind of mixed. I got to make sure Misha's the Misha. Misha's that. Look, is that you, the Jerry Springer? We about to be lit, Molly. Is that Misha, Molly? We about to be lit, about to blow up. The show about to blow up, Molly. You ready?
Damn, yeah, this is crazy. Jerry, I mean, from what I'm reading, he didn't really have no other kids. He had one other child, and this child was born blind, and yeah, born legally blind and without a nostrils passes, which later was corrected during surgery. So this baby going through some things. I'm pretty sure he left her with everything, but dang, them the only two other kids he had. He left them everything. Cause I was gonna say, how would
But
you
not
feel if you was one
everything.
kid?
He
Well,
left. He didn't leave them the other homes. Remember, they
what
left the homes, and there must be some big mansions. He said you could sell them and do whatever you want. It must be some really big, nice homes. But
yeah,
everything else, his portfolio, his other rental properties, his other investments, and you could just imagine what he's invested in. Because I saw him not only
all
on the
my
Jerry.
investments, everything I have liquidated, everything.
Did
I
y'all
only
know he
did
hosted
leave.
the Price is Right? Did y'all know
Mhm.
Jerry Springer did that?
Yeah.
The Price is Right on the road. Me, my sister, and Misha, we went to see him up in Hagerstown. The traveling Price is Right, where people was paying, what was them tickets, $35, $55, whatever. That audience was packed. You hear me? And they was up there. Jerry Springer was traveling, hosting the Price is Right. Then when you put that name on Jerry Springer brand, it just upped his brand. It just upped his portfolio, his net worth. By doing that, Jerry was in a lot of stuff. He was in did some cameos. He was in wasn't he in the Tyler Perry Medea movie? Didn't he do a cameo? No, that was Maury. You are not the father. That was Maury. But
Mhm.
Jerry was in some movies of some Springer moments. Man, Jerry, the Wilco show, and the Maury show are all tied. I want to do Jerry on all of them other shows too. Because I know they're all shot in the same place in Connecticut. We want to do,
Just
but
move on.
his portfolio.
He left them down there, everything. That was big. I don't know who else here for him to leave anything to other than this other child who was actually blind, you know, and handicapped. So people probably try to take advantage of him, but you gotta have something to leave your money and stuff with, like these rich people, they gotta leave with somebody. NYC say that thing Austin Powers. Was he in Austin Powers?
Yeah, I think. Wait a minute, because it was like several different episodes. I think it was in one of those.
Yeah, dang. He said, "Let's."
And then the kids' reaction was priceless. I think I would have fainted. I'm like, oh, I'm rich. I'd have been yelling, I'm rich, bitch, bark, bark. I'd be running around the house in the nut road. Like, oh man, my Fitbit would get a lot of exercise. No, it wouldn't. Because when you get money like that, all of a sudden you got to be careful and strategic, because then everybody show up at your doorstep with their hand looking like cups and whatnot and bowls.
Mhm.
More, please. Can I have some, please? Hey, can you help me? I got an idea. I got an investment. Your cousin that never hit a lick at a black snake, that's an old saying, you so lazy, you would not hit a lick at a black snake, will come up with all these great ideas and inventions all of a sudden and want you to invest in. That's what they do. That's what they do. So I wouldn't move in silence while you building your dynasty or your kingdom, whatever. It's best to move in silence, because you have so many haters. People that you thought was your friends, you find out they really your haters. And here it is, you hanging and banging and slanging with these people. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil, and it will let you know what evil lurks. If you was on top, as soon as you fall off, your friends will fall off. If you trying to get to the top, to come up, your friends like, yeah, I'm with you. Nope. And these kids get all this money now. Woo, they got to be careful. The girl got to be careful for the little boyfriends. They probably try to come back to Mr. Slim Goodies. The son got to be careful. John got to be careful and get his little girlfriend. You know what, John? I changed my mind. You are the man for me. But you never know. Oh wow. Woo, Molly. That was a doozy, Molly. That just blew
Yeah,
my mind.
Jerry got black kids, man. That's all it takes is one drip, one drop.
Well, I knew Jerry liked black women.
His whole genes is done. Jerry Jeans is black forever.
Springer.
All
Look,
this
once she
shit.
go black, you never go back. He might got some black blood in him anyway. Jerry liked the flavor, the flavor of a Pringle.
Sliggy Woo, what it do? They giving YouTubers 20 years. They just suspended Slicky for 30 days, man. Be careful, man. They giving YouTubers and shit 20 years. You got these kids out here doing anything. They get views. You know, they going around pranking people, you know, starting fake fights. But I think this dude right here took it too far, Reese. I think they gave him 20 years after he did this on the internet live, and he posted just for views. And he got a lot of views, but now he got 20 years on top of that. Let me know what you think about this, Reese Reed. This YouTuber facing 20 years after crashing a plane. Like, for one, they too rich. These kids got planes they can just fly and crash. Like, he on a damn video game or something. But check this out, man. This shit crazy.
Who took the video?
Oh, you know, they got the little GoPros and they got the vehicle mounts now. You know, you can mount a camera on a plane. That's how they get the shots in the movies, on a car and everything. These kids just rich. Like, for one, he got a private plane. Two, he got a pilot license. Three, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, dog. He obviously done parachute before, so he know how. But he literally crashed the plane on purpose and recorded it. He could have killed somebody. You know, this plane could have ended up anywhere. You know, but this definitely is a tall tale for me. What's your thoughts on this, Reese Reed? You just walking down the street and a damn plane just hit Pennsylvania Avenue because some little kid want to play.
Want to get views. They lost their damn mind. And then right along with the kid, get them parents some time too. Yeah, because you should be monitored. Ain't no way that you will. What you gonna tell them? Oh, you can take the plane out for a ride by yourself. Who does that?
Man,
You got a pilot.
He a young adult, but he's still a kid compared to us. He's early 20s.
Oh, he grown then.
Yeah.
Oh, then when you say kid, I thought you meant like a teenager or something.
Hell no, you flying. They ain't got. They
can't do He need to be on Jackass. See, people with money don't know what to do. Do you know he could have sold that plane and helped somebody else out, but instead he rather crash the damn plane for views on YouTube. I hope he got him his views behind bars in jail. That's just like you driving a car and you crashing the car. You jumping out the car before it crashed.
Yeah, you just hop out and roll.
That is stupid, man. Please tell me he stole that plane. That's not his plane, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's private. I mean, once they start stealing planes, we really in trouble because they already stealing cars at all-time high. When you start hearing kids stealing planes, we really in trouble. There's gonna be planes falling out the sky because they ain't got gas in it. These kids
doing this stupid stuff.
Yeah.
When our kids see that.
Yeah, our kids can't do this. I think this white kid problems right now, you know, and I'm worried about them because we ain't got planes. Half the kids we dealing with ain't got cars. That's why they out here stealing cars, you know. So for him to have access to a plane, you know, it just show that he privileged for one. But two, you ain't that privileged. You know, I like that they gave him 20 years. So anybody else out here that's thinking about doing anything similar to that, you going down, man. Like, I see if he has somebody else flying, he just hopped out, you know, and they continue to fly, and he just recorded skydiving. But that's not enough these days. They done did that 1,000 times. So yeah, this is crazy. I don't know when the GTA is this. I only seen this on a video game like Fortnite or something. You know, when they first started the match off, they all jump out of the plane and then they go, you know, fight each other. So I think he played too much Fortnite, too much video games, and he actually did it in real life though. But 20 years good. Hopefully he keep 20. They might end up letting him out But
On
hopefully
good behavior.
nobody was hurt, but if they was though, so much things could have happened. I don't even see no land where he ate like you by all mountains, but people be in
Like
the
in a
mountains,
desert.
people be traveling, they be doing all type of weird stuff, but I don't even know how he got home recently.
That somebody had to be following them set up the whole crew because he didn't do that by himself. Like you said, how to get home and filming it and all that. No, he this is somebody with some money who could put on a big production like that because you don't see the plane crash though.
Mm-mm. You
Could have been
can't see it.
somebody in the back or to make it just look like that. They could have popped up and took over the driving
I
or
mean, I'm hoping so.
on a passenger side, like lay down just to get the part of him jumping out, and then they pop up and drive the plane on.
Yeah, I don't see nobody, but that nigga, man. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
see
see no
nobody.
crash.
Yeah, I know, cause the plane gone with the camera. You can't get that camera view no more. He gone. It was on top of him. See, now you see the plane flying over him. The camera on him. He got a GoPro. He got a couple of them on his helmet. So you got angle behind him, in front of him. But I don't know. Like you said, I ain't seen no plane crash, but I know he was arrested for it, and they said nobody was hurt. But no, I definitely see the plane crash, but they did have a picture of it. I'm trying to find it. The plane actually crashed, but I ain't see it actually crash.
Wow.
Some crazy
Speaking of
motherfucker.
speaking of plane crashes, here's a tall sale for you. You heard the story about this is true. A private plane carrying two pilots, a lady, and her four kids crashes in the jungle over there in Colombia. They found the children 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, the mother and the two pilots were dead, of course, but they found the four kids 2 weeks later. Now there was the oldest was 13 and the youngest was 13 months. And I think it was like 11 and a 9 or 6 year old in between them. But they survived in the jungle for 2 weeks until they was found. Is that unbelievable? What? Could you imagine in the jungles in Colombia?
Yeah, I don't know what jungle they was in, cause they be long dead. I don't know how that's possible. They make TV shows out of stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I don't know. It's a good story. But I
heck
ain't taking
yeah.
a chance. I ain't going over there for 2 days in the jungle. You got me fucked up. Everything over there is kill or be killed. So seeing them, I mean, that's all God
Four
if they
kids
somehow
now.
did that.
That's
So,
all the most high.
yeah.
They didn't get hurt in the accident and they were found alive. Four kids in the jungle for 2 weeks 13, 11, 9, and like 13 months, or maybe it was 6 and 13 months. 13, how did they take care of that 13 months?
That's
How
what
did
I
they take care of
said.
that baby?
It gotta be a God, a good old dream, because these are dreams, these are stories that I like to hear that I know not true, but people believe because there's no way,
And
I can't see them lasting 2 weeks in Southeast.
it's on the news.
I can't see them lasting 2 weeks in Southeast just roaming around the streets. I don't see that. So you telling me they somehow survived in the jungle
In the
for
jungle. I know
2 weeks?
they're gonna do a follow-up story. They got to.
These
And the
kids were
oldest
every
was
time you can eat the
13.
wrong plant, you can touch the wrong plant. There's so many other animals out there that can eat
Animals,
them
snakes,
ASAP.
bugs.
So it's like
Oh,
unless something took care of them, some apes or something. But anything,
the monkeys.
I
You said
don't
the
know.
monkeys took it.
Like they killing humans over there. So I don't know. They killing kids over there. So people tend to forget. And when you follow them stories and stuff, they literally was beefing with the humans over there. They was throwing babies and shit on the roof. They snatch a kid, and then they start beefing with the dog. They've been beefing with everything on it, but I don't believe it.
It
I
was
don't
on
believe
the news, Fox 5 News. But like you said, all news
it's
is smoke and
possible.
mirrors, propagandas, smoke and mirrors. But I definitely got to follow up with that story because I want to hear the children's story. I want them to tell us how did they survive? How
That's
did
the
they
thing.
live
They
2 weeks
said
in
on
the
the
jungle?
news, what's his name? Neil Armstrong, all them, they landed on the moon. You know, they said it on the news, and then it's
But there's
the
no
Neil
win.
Armstrong coming out saying they never did.
There's supposed to be no wind on the moon, but why do it look like the flag flying? I mean, flying,
All
waving
that
in
was
the wind.
CGI. Everything was CGI. I mean, it's obvious today, but I'm just showing you that the news said they did. You know, so I'm just saying it's like saying it's FDA approved. None of that means anything. This
What that
the
mean?
news is TV. They supposed to trick you. It's still the same thing, you know. But I just can't see a kid lasting 2 days in the jungle, you know. But for 2 weeks, it's just like, yeah, that's a nice story. They make a movie off this and everything. They're gonna make money and profit, but there's no way this happened. Like we gotta start using our common sense. Like that's just not happening, you know.
Like that movie on Golden Pond with Brooke Shields and that. Was that on Golden Pond? No, Lagoon. Wait a minute, the Blue Lagoon, where they crashed and they survived. Bless up, Alan.
But,
What's up?
Alan,
Bless up.
oh no,
What's
that's
Mickey say? I believe
some shit
some
is man doing shit, black and white. Yeah,
rich and poor because
I
you gotta
believe.
have money to do some of that stuff, like jumping out of planes and crashing them and all that crazy stuff. And who know?
Yeah, like
It's,
even that video, like I seen the clips and stuff, and it's like, okay, this could have happened. They giving the dude 20 years. It's actually a real court case and stuff, so it might be true. But they got video of it, you know. So just hearing the story. But if I was just told, oh, it was a story on the news that said these things happen, they had no clips or nothing, I wouldn't believe it. I'd like they just making shit up. They need stories still.
they need stories. Now that guy that got the 20 years for crashing a plane allegedly, was it 20 years on probation or 20 years on parole or 20 years time served? Is he really gonna go to some penitentiary and serve some hard time for doing that?
Man, that's slavery, you know. So why not? Like that's free labor. They don't be playing. They don't care you white
Money, if they could pay the
running.
prison off money.
Yeah, you do something, we locking you up. You know, it's people that went to jail for doing less, for jaywalking. You know, so it's like, yeah, he going to jail for hopping out of a plane and letting it crash. Hell yeah, he deserved to go to jail.
You
I,
deserve to get your butt beat.
yeah, I mean, I don't even know about that. I'm happy nobody died from it, you know. But at the end of the day, it could have been one of Jerry Springer kids he hit. Man, they just got their money. They could have been over there trying to buy some land up or something. So you
Look,
know,
that plane could have hit the other plane that knocked the plane down with the 4 kids. You know, because stuff like that happens. You invading other people's airspace, and if nobody in that plane, that how the people crashed? They got in the jungle in the first place. We don't know.
dang, like that's just
Anything.
lit. Just think of this, Reese. They said 4 kids survived out there overnight without their adults
2
at
weeks.
all for 2 weeks, and somehow they tracked them. You know, it's like these kids ain't had no means to call nobody or anything. They just somehow magically just wait around for 2 weeks and said, "We hope they find it." And then when
Well,
you think about the planes that just disappeared on 9/11, that they couldn't find it for this and this and that for a long ass time. These things got trackers and everything on our own soil. We couldn't find it. But they can find it on a whole nother country and another island. Like, man,
in
we
the
got,
jungle.
yeah, in a jungle. And they gonna go through the jungle and look for these kids. Yeah, right. Like I don't think so. They say he probably do 2 years in jail, 15 years probation. Yeah, you sign
Something
waivers.
like about like
He only get sentenced for him and her. Yeah, that's what I said. He ain't hit nobody, luckily, you know. But this dude, man, he thought he was gonna grind that far though.
Alan. Was you on here to hear about Jerry Springer? Alan could be one of Jerry Springer illegitimate. I
Yeah,
mean, Jerry
he got
Springer
him out
with the
here.
black babies. What they say, Stevie Wonder got crack babies. Now they could go back and say Jerry Springer got black babies. They
Man,
could be you got the bud. Remember that song, the Go-Go song? Bud White. Was that that Northeast Groovers or the Hucklebucks? Stevie Wonder got the
You
black
can
baby.
read a line. All I know is he dead. Yeah, he died. He left a will for 2 of his black kids that nobody knew he had, that his wife was keeping him away from. He left them everything, his house, his money, man,
Oh,
everything
yo.
he had damn on. And they were surprised when the clip at the end of the day, man. They deserve it.
Mm.
Hucklebucks.
That was the Hucklebucks, that song. Yeah, that's what I said, the Hucklebucks. Stevie Wonder, no, Jerry Springer got black babies.
That's what that is, Hucklebucks. I like the hell is Hucklebucks.
The
You know?
group that sing Budweiser, we got the Bud. You don't remember that song?
Nah, I probably wasn't born yet.
Oh, you was born. Oh man, you was. I'm about to call you the N word. You was born when the Hucklebucks was out. Wait a minute.
When it came out.
Yeah, you older than Tyree. Yeah. So Tyree's 3. So you was a little boy. You was about a little boy.
I knew that nigga was black. He like that black women.
Mm-hmm. But she go black. You never go back. He always liked to see some titties. He always liked to see some. I want my Springer beads. He was looking at
beads.
That girl gave him them showed him them Springer beads. She got more than some Springer beads. She got some Springer beads on her back. No, they didn't go on the back.
In 96, he said it came out. What was you doing in 96, Reese?
Tyree was 3 years old. I was working and going to school, trying to do better for my child because I was a mother. Oh, that's when they was still in my car. That was when I lived in Sea Pleasant, 6608 Gregg Street, 1996. Tyree 3 years old. Yep, I had a 1989 Mercury Marquis Brougham Brougham edition. It was gray with a black rag top. That car drove like butter, baby. And that was the car they was stealing. And I thought it was funny because my cousins was stealing Island them. They was transporting band equipment and all that mess. And I thought the damn car was broke because the gas gauge, every time they take it, I would go to sleep with a quarter tank, wake up with a half a tank. So I was like, this gauge is broke, and I was scared to drive my car because I thought the gas gauge was broke. I was like, I gotta keep her filled up all the time.
I see that bitch used to float.
And like water. That was a nice car, man. And you know what happened to the car? My aunt crashed it. My aunt Ann was using it one day, and those are the old car, and it got hit on the driver's side. And I don't know if you ever heard or know about a kill switch on the older cars. If that gas tank get dinged up, the car's a wrap because it's a kill switch that goes on that. It'll automatically stop. They do that for protection. Man, that car was big. It rolled smooth. What? The suspension? What? That car rolled good. It was a 1989 Mercury Marquis. I had a Brougham. It's called Brahms, but it looked like Brougham. I have a Brougham. I used to say that until I was corrected. And what kind of car you got? I got a Brougham.
They messed up our whole weekend. They messed up y'all whole weekend. Slicky like grabbing on big titties. He said he like rubbing big boobies.
Who, Jerry Springer?
Nah, Slicky said he like rubbing women titties. Allen said he graduated in 96. He played the Congos. Oh, you back up Congos. Oh, you can back up?
Yeah, he rap. I told you I gotta find my music. It was DJ Slide Tie, 12 years old, making music for Island in the game. Island raps. He got bars.
He got bars. Yeah, Island gotta hear something. Gotta hear something because I know Just the rapper of the family, man. Just he holds it down.
Look, Island, don't let me pull out your old recordings. You know, I'll give it to Marley now. Don't look. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, pull them out. We gotta play some of that one day on the show, man.
That's a Tall Tale Thursday. But guess who this is? That's Alan. Okay, let me give the quick announcements before we go out for the show. For all of you who don't know, the show at Cuts Comedies and Curls, May the 19th, has been canceled due to venue issues. Has been canceled. But you still can get this. This ain't canceled. Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Kenneth is holding auditions again at Anacostia Art Center, right across from the Big Chair in Southeast Washington, D.C. Showcase your talent, come out. He's putting on a production. He's doing a film. So you guys go out and show them what DC can do. Singers, rappers, dancers, anybody. He's looking for, I think, 100 people. Guys, show up and show out. It's an audition. Might be your big break. You never know. And again, congratulations to Sister Bernice, Lady B. Really sweet Lady B. She's going today picking up her license for her life coach. I'm so proud of her. Congratulations, Lady B. Congratulations, Kenneth. Success. I love, see, this is what the Morning Mac show is about. Our people, giving back to our people, our community. Oh, yeah, I can't forget, me and Michelle Pucciarelli did a dynamite show yesterday at Hook and Reel out in Gaithersburg. We had the pictures up there posted. We opened up for Kevin Anthony, Tony Woods, and Chris Thomas was hosting. It was an awesome show. And yours truly, I did what I did. I plugged it in. That's right. Look at that picture y'all did. I made it do what it do. So hopefully I'm on the map. I'm coming up, y'all. I'm bringing up the rear. You know, a roly-poly rolling up the hill. But we're going to do that thing. We're going to do that thing. Kenny, most definitely. Of course, I got to give my boo some love. That's right. I just got to make sure I can get out there on Monday at 7 o'clock, 7 to 10, so I can audition for my role.
Yeah, you already know you're going to get it. She already knows she's going to get it. We be back tomorrow. Y'all already know what tomorrow is. Freaky Friday. Be ready. Hopefully it's freaky enough for you. Sligger. Whoa. Never know who going to pop in, though. But see you in the back room, Reese. Love you.
Love you.